But learning about the past, that's not the only thing that astronomy studies. Astronomy doesn't just study the past, it also studies the present, okay? It studies the present. It's studying what's happening right now, okay? Check this out. Let's go back to right today. Let's just talk about today for a little bit, okay? All these other people we're talking about, historians, anthropologists, biologists, geologists, they're all studying the Earth and stuff that happens on the Earth. But, check it out. What kind of thing is the Earth? What kind of thing are we standing on right now? What is the Earth a type of? Or an example of? Yeah, it's a planet, right? The Earth is a planet. And by the way, while we're at it, what shape is the Earth, roughly? What shape is the Earth, roughly? Let's get this out of the way. What shape? Well, it's made of rock, that's good, but what shape is it? It's a ball, right? The world is a globe. The world is a ball-shaped thing. Flat earthers, so dumb. Please stop. Please don't. No flat earth, okay? We'll talk about it. In order for flat earthers to be right, pretty much everything that I tell you in this entire class would have to be wrong. So please don't do it. Okay? Somebody added me and said flat. No, I mean, I know you guys are kidding. Don't worry. Hopefully. I mean, unless. Anyway, so here we go. The Earth is a round planet. They're all round. But, here we go. But, is Earth the only planet? Yes or no? Is Earth the only planet? Clearly not, right? So let's just talk about our solar system. Just our solar system. How many planets are here? How many planets are in our solar system? Let's see if y'all get this one right. How many planets in our solar system? We're getting two common answers here. One of them is right, and one of them is not quite right. But that's okay, you're close. I know why you're saying it. So there are 8 planets. And as some of you guys are saying, what does not count as a planet, because it's not a planet, what doesn't count? Pluto. Pluto's not a planet. I'm sorry. We got any Pluto fans here? Pluto fan. Got any Pluto fans here? Pluto is not a planet. I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys love Pluto. But what is Pluto? Pluto's not a planet. Pluto is trash. Pluto is trash. Pluto is trash. Sorry for headphone users. Pluto is leftover junk from the formation of our solar system. Oh, I don't care about your tears. I suck up your tears. Astronomers don't care about your feelings. Now, somebody was saying they thought that Pluto was reclassified as a planet recently. Not actually. There is a new category of object called a dwarf planet. Pluto is considered to be a dwarf planet, which is not the same thing as a planet. And as you'll see later, it's not the only dwarf planet. We've got quite a bit of dwarf planets in our solar system. Thousands of dwarf planets. So we'll talk about that. And again, you'll understand why I call Pluto. I don't call Pluto trash to be mean. I mean, I do a little bit, but I mean, there's a reason I call it that. And when we talk about planets, eventually, in like a month and a half, you'll understand the whole deal with Pluto. Anyway, here's my point right now. All of these other experts, they're studying the Earth. And the Earth is just one planet. It's just one. And astronomers study all planets. So just in our solar system, we are multiplying the amount of possible info by 8. Just to make things simple. That's 8 times as many planets, 8 times as many places to learn about, 8 times the stuff, right? Now, here we go. Still got some Pluto tears in the chat. That's okay. That's okay. Now, are those the only planets? Are those 8 planets the only planets that we have found? No. We have found more planets, right? We have found more planets. Now, here's the thing. Where are those planets? Do you guys know where all the other planets we found are? Other solar systems. That's right. Other solar systems. At this point, we now have the ability to detect planets in other solar systems. We've been doing it for a while now, right? Now, we're not that great at it. We're only able to detect planets around really close nearby stars, okay? Only really close nearby stars. That doesn't mean there aren't planets around stars that are far away. We just don't have the technology to detect them really far away yet, right? But so we can only find stars or planets around nearby stars. Does anybody know how many planets we've found out there? How many planets have we found in other solar systems? Just give me some guesses. Give me some guesses. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. At this point, it is several thousand. We have found several thousand other planets. I'm not even going to put a number on it because we're discovering new ones all the time. By the time we get to the end of this semester, we will have discovered more planets. Lots of them. Probably hundreds and hundreds of new planets. It's happening all the time now. There are a lot of other places out there. And that means we're going to be learning about... If you just focus on stuff that's happening on Earth, that's just a small fraction of all the possible places out there. Oh, somebody's asking, is this information from Hubble? Some of it is. It's a combination of all kinds of techniques and observations. A lot of people all over the world are working on this kind of research. So at this point, you don't even need that powerful of a telescope to detect these kind of things. Or the techniques get a little more complicated than just looking, but we'll get to techniques later. Oh, and somebody's asking, what is Hubble? That's the Hubble Space Telescope. It's just a particularly famous telescope that we have on a satellite orbiting around the Earth. We'll see some pictures that the Hubble Space Telescope has taken throughout this course. But yeah, we'll see that kind of stuff. Now, here we go. Now, is the tech powerful enough to detect life on those planets? At this point, no. But there are certain things that we would look for when we're looking for life on other planets. For example, certain types of atmospheres. Like our atmosphere on Earth is the way it is because life has changed the atmosphere. Like the reason there's a bunch of oxygen in the atmosphere of Earth is because life has breathed oxygen out. Not human beings. We don't breathe oxygen out. But certain kinds of life, like plants, put oxygen out. So one thing we would look for when we're looking at these distant planets is to try to look for traces of oxygen in those planets, in the atmospheres. So we can't get too fancy at this point because they're so far away, but we're working on it. Now, okay, so that's the thing. We have detected thousands and thousands of planets around stars that are right up next to us. What that means is that it's probably very, very, very common for a star to have a solar system with planets around it. And here's the thing, I'm sure you guys have seen the stars before. How many stars can you see in the sky? A whole ton, right? And what I'm saying is, most of those stars, or at least a lot of them, probably have planets orbiting around them. Even the ones we haven't detected yet, they've probably got planets. Planets are common, right? So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Milky Way. The Milky Way. The Milky Way is our galaxy. Our solar system is just a tiny part of the Milky Way, okay? Just a tiny part of the Milky Way. Do any of you guys know, give me some guesses, how many stars are in the Milky Way? How many stars in the Milky Way? There's a lot. There's a lot of stars in the Milky Way. Our Milky Way our galaxy has about 200 billion stars in it. There are other galaxies that have trillions of stars, but ours is kind of a medium-sized galaxy. It's got 200 billion stars in it. Just an average, boring, middle-of-the-road amount. 200 billion stars. Now, here's what I was getting at here. If there's 200 billion stars in the Milky Way, and it's pretty common for stars to have planets, how many planets are there probably in the Milky Way, in just the Milky Way? Yeah. Yeah. Trillions, probably. At least billion, at least hundreds of billions of planets. Probably trillions of planets, right? There's probably trillions of places you can go. Remember, these people, they're studying one place. And there's trillions of places you could go in the Milky Way. Now, would you want to visit all of those planets in the Milky Way? No, probably most of them, if you land on them, you're gonna die. You're gonna die on most of these planets. But there's a lot of them. What is somebody's asking how many of these planets orbit stars? It's way, way more common for a planet to be orbiting a star than to be free of a solar system. There are some situations that could knock a planet out of a solar system, but as we'll see later, planets form around a star. So chances are that's where they're going to stay. Okay? Now, here's the thing, and I kind of already answered this. Is the Milky Way the only galaxy? No, right? It's not. It's not the only galaxy. So, here's my next question. How many other galaxies have we found? How many, not just ones we think are there, how many other galaxies, like the Milky Way, or maybe some of them are other shapes, but how many other galaxies have we found out there? Oh, somebody knows one. Somebody mentioned the Andromeda Galaxy. That's one. That's one. But billions. There's over a billion we have detected so far. Over a billion other galaxies have been detected at this point. There's probably way more than that. There's probably way more than a billion, right? So each one of those billions of galaxies can have trillions of planets in it. And that's why a lot of astronomers, you'll hear it's like billions of billions and billions of trillions and trillions of billions. There's a bunch of stuff out there is what I'm getting at, right? There's a whole ton of stuff out there. And so we're going to learn about all these kinds of things in this class. So again, astronomy is going to tell you a lot more about the past than you ever know about, or you ever knew about. It's going to be able to tell you a lot more about today than you ever knew about. And guess what? We got another freeze. Please document cam. Please don't die on me.